Wow. I think I was tripping out for a second there. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, now we wait and see. Okay, here we go, guys. How are we doing today? All right. Who's ready for another stream? Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Guardians series recap, series preview live stream. And boy, do I have a series to talk about. Mm-mm. Man. The Guardians went out to Queens, right? New York, one of the other boroughs. And believe it or not, I actually didn't know this at first. The Guardians had never, and I mean ever, won at Citi Field. And that place has been open since 2009, right around the same time that New Yankee Stadium was opened. Now, the reason that we've never won there is mainly because we've barely played there. We've only had, I think, a few series there. And I think the last one, obviously, was a couple years ago when we got swept, I believe it was. That was in the series where we beat the crap out of Carlos Carrasco. And then we blew that game. Yeah. We rarely ever played in Queens because of the way that the schedule used to be. It's kind of like how the NFL schedule is now. You play a division, you like rotate divisions, and obviously they alternate for the most part. But alas, we had a very tough task on our hands, right? Mets are coming into this series. They've been reeling a little. You know, I'm going to actually look at their schedule here. Open up my door so my signal can get through. Because I found out my door is actually like a thick wood, and Wi-Fi signal can't travel through it. So I'm actually going to look and see how the Mets were doing heading into this series. Now, a while back, they were red hot. They were one of the hotter teams in the major leagues. Obviously, they've been right up there with the Phillies in the NL East all year, trying to catch them. The Braves are done. The Marlins are actually doing really well, but I just don't think they have the horses to catch the top two teams in the NL East. And the Nats, well, they're the Nationals. You know, they're trying to get better, but it's not really going as planned. Unless you like what they're doing. Let me find the Mets. Here they are. But obviously, the Mets' top payrolls pull up the payroll numbers because the Guardians obviously are like near the bottom every year. We don't spend money. And Steve Cohen took over the Mets a few years ago, and he's essentially made it his goal in life to spend as much money on this team as possible, on that team, I should say, to try to win a championship. I'm thinking national championship. Well, I guess it could be, win a World Series. He actually guaranteed, I think right when he bought the team, the next 3 to 5 years, they're going to win a World Series. Well, it's 5 years. You got Juan Soto. Seems like this team's either really, really good or just ass. It's weird. They're a weird team to keep track of. They're either really good or they absolutely suck. There's like no in between. It's hard to really get a hold of how good the Mets are. Not to mention, the injury bug has been kicking their butt on a routine basis the last couple of years. So we look at the Mets, right, coming out of the All-Star break. They lost the first two. Then they went on this, again, massive win streak. They sweep LA Angels, which is cool, right? You sweep them at home. You go to San Francisco. You put the brooms to them. It's almost like you just them smacked into a wall. They've won one game since that winning streak. Yeah, they won 7 in a row. They were looking hot. Then they head to San Diego. They lose that. It was the game that they were winning 5-1. They had a freaking salami hit in that game. They were looking like they were going to win it, and then they got walked off. A loss like that can steal your soul. And that's exactly what it did. It took all all the wind out of their sails. Their mojo was gone. Since then, they've won one game. And of course, they got the measly Guardians coming to town. But don't be fooled. This Guardians team has been, what? Red hot damn near, like, what are we, 16-6? Something like that. Since the break. Even before the break, we've been looking really good. And keep in mind, this Guardians team lost not one, but 2 key contributors to gambling. Not injuries. They were playing against us. Like, there's a term called bet on yourself, right? When a player essentially takes like a short-term deal to on their success. Like, okay, I'm going to be better this year so I can get more money. These guys took it to, oh, they took it literal. They on themselves. And they may never play baseball again. One of those guys just so happened to be our closer, who was looking like to be the best closer in franchise history. And he literally just took all that success and just threw it in the fire. Unless, by some grace of God, the MLB sees him not guilty. And I don't know how the heck he could be not guilty. I mean, damn, son. Throwing your whole career away for a few extra dollars when you're already making millions. Like, you had the money, man. Damn. And the worst part was right before the trade deadline, we probably had a big ass trade lined up, ready to go damn near. They were probably ironing out a big ass trade that would have landed us some future stud players. And the Guardians were like, okay, we're going to get rid of Class A. We're going to go out and maybe add some pieces. We're going to be set for this run. Oh, he's been put on the, what was it, the non-disciplinary list, just like Luis. That threw our plans in the trash. But yeah, the Mets, obviously they have actually the highest cash payroll in 2025. $392 million total cash. Wow. Guardians, 25th. They're at $115 million total cash. That's chump change. Especially at Cohen. So, anyways, let's get into this series, right? First game in Queens. And the Guardians sent out the madman Slade Cecconi against Sean Manaea. And of course, I streamed this game, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 6 Ks, and a homer for Slade. Overall, good game. Good game. Not bad, but not great. It was good. 3.72 ERA for Slade. Sean Manaea, well, he was looking good for a while, and then the Guardians kind of got to him a little bit. 5 and 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 0 walks, 3 Ks, and a homer. 3.52 ERA. Scoring wise, Guardians get on the board in the top of the 6th in what was a chess match. They scored all 5 runs in 1 inning. They did that thing again. Yep. Yep. They scored 5 runs in 1 inning. And it was 1-0 thanks to David Fry, RBI single. Carlos Santana, RBI single, made it 2-0. And then what I thought was the cherry on top, the coup de grace, Gabriel Arias, 3-run homer. Yeah, 5-0. Because the Guardians are just so giving as well. The bottom of the 6th was a nightmare inning for us. Yeah. Not a fun inning. Because originally they got Lindor to strike out. He goes to first because of a wild pitch. And then they actually drew a ground ball to Rocchio, who can't field it. So there's 2 on, nobody out. And then Pete Alonso deposits 1 in the seats, 3-run homer. It's 5-3, just like that. Just like that. And then the Mets would add 2 more runs in the bottom of the 8th. Pete Alonso, RBI single. And then Mark Vientos, sac fly, made it 5-5. Yep. So just like that, it's tied. Going into the 9th, Guardians get through it, no problem. We go to the 10th. David Fry bunted. Yeah, he bunted. And I don't know what exactly Brett Beatty was doing. He threw the ball to second. I think Lindor was covering. Missed the throw. And yeah, we ended up scoring a run. And then Gabriel Arias sac fly scored the 2nd run. And that would be enough, as the Guardians would go out in the bottom of the 10th. And they would shut down the Mets. Yep. Magnificent game by the Guardians overall. But that bottom of the 9th, that was stressful as hell. Not going to lie. Alvarez single, strikeout Nimmo, Lindor double, and that's what got Mets fans pissed off. Lindor double. Could have won the game. But Mike Sarbaugh, we all know him, used to be the third base coach in Cleveland. For some reason, he held up Tyrone Taylor at third base. They walked Soto. They got Alonso on a foul tip. And then McNeil lined out. And that was it for the 9th. Bottom 10 comes up. Again, runner on second. Nick Enright comes in. I actually said during my stream, it's time for Nick at night. Ah, ha, ha, ha. And yeah, so Vientos ground out. Mullins line out. Beatty singled in a run. And then Luis Torrens flew out. And that was it. That was it. Guardians take game 1. Again, Cade Smith got the win. He's 4-4, 2.92 ERA. Good stuff. Helsley came in, got the loss. 3-2, 2.84 ERA for him. And then Nick Enright gets his first career save. He's got a 2.01 ERA. So that was it for game 1. We'll move to game 2. And again, I streamed it. Overall, it was a good game. Again, very intense. Logan Allen on the mound, going up against the former closer Clay Holmes. And yeah, Clay Holmes looked like he was dialed in. Yep, he was dialed in. But of course, the Mets would score in the first 2 innings. Sac fly for Alonso to get him on the board, 1-0. And then bottom 2, Tyrone Taylor RBI single made it 2-0. If you watch my stream, you know I wasn't too happy. Oh, wow. 1-1 game in Atlanta. Oh boy. 2 outs. Wow. Don't blow it, Braves. But yeah, it was 2-0, and then Cal Manzardo, top 4. RBI single, followed by an Arias RBI single, tied the game up. And then in the top of the 7th, Stephen Kwan, who had primarily been kind of quiet, got the go-ahead hit on an RBI single in the 7th. The Guardians would then turn to some out of the ordinary names to put this game away, such as Matt Festa, Colby Allard, Jacob Junis. They would all essentially go, what would that be? 2 1/3, 3 innings? Yeah. They would combine for 3 innings of no hit, no runs, no walks, and 3 Ks between the 3 of them. Wow. Okay. Honestly, Matt Festa starting to turn me into a low-key believer. I keep saying, oh, this dude, really? Are you serious? Stephen Vogt keeps going to him. He might be this team's version of like Brian Shaw. Legit. He's going to be this team's version of Brian Shaw. Not even kidding. Nate Smith comes in, bang, bang, boom, no problem. Yeah. Cade is disgusting when he's on point. And he was. No hits, nothing. Bottom 9, pop out, fly out, ground out. Boom, bing, boom. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. See ya. Bye-bye. And what's even crazier is that hitting drought would carry over into the 3rd game. But yeah, Clay Holmes, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks, 3.46 ERA. Logan Allen, not his best, but not his worst game either. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 6 Ks, 4.04 ERA for Logan. And of course, the win went to Matt Festa, 3-2, 4.46 ERA. Another one of the new toys that the Mets got, 4-4, 1.87 ERA. Tate Smith got his 4th save, 2.86 ERA for him. Ooh, damn, Baldwin. So yeah, that's how that one would go. And so we go to today's game, right? Drew, was it David Peterson? I keep wanting to say Drew. Peterson versus Williams. Now we know how good Gavin can be. I knew he could be good, but I didn't expect that. What we saw today. How about the fact that the Mets, they couldn't do, sorry, pardon my French. If there are any kids watching, I suggest you cover your ears. They couldn't do jack shit against Gavin. They tried and tried and tried and tried oh so very hard. They couldn't do shit against Gavin. The thing is, Gavin didn't even have the greatest game. He still walked 4 batters. 3 of those were Brandon Nimmo. Yeah, he walked Nimmo 3 times and Cedric Mullins once. Man, I was actually considering going live for the 9th inning. I really was. I was considering it. No lie. I was sitting here, a nervous ass wreck through the 8th inning. I was like, okay, all right. Well, first off, I was like, is Stephen Vogt even going to send him out for the 9th? Because you know how Stephen is. But he did. Gavin goes out for the 9th, faces the top of the order, Lindor comes up. I'm thinking, okay, if anyone's going to snap this thing, it's going to be him. It's going to be him. No, no, actually, he would strike him out. He'd hit him with a curveball on the outside, and then boom, boom, boom. Get him with a curveball to finish him off. And came old Juan Soto. You know where this is going. Yeah. First pitch, curveball in the dirt. Second pitch, a four seam, 97 miles per hour. The hot cheddar. On the outside of the plate. It's not like you threw a meatball, down the middle or like in the meat zone. A lot of hitters would have probably got the edge of their bat on it. It would have been a routine fly ball. Easy pickings. It would have been a blooper. Soto took it 420 dead center. And I'll give credit to Ana Martinez. He probably knew that thing was out, but he gave it a valiant effort to try to rob it. Man, if he would have somehow pulled the Kenny Lofton out of his ass and freaking scaled the wall to catch that ball, the spirit of Kenny Lofton would have taken over him. I know Kenny's still alive, thank God, but like still. Just channel your inner Kenny one time, Angel, and you scale that wall like Spider-Man. Reach over, rob that homer. You're on Sports Center for a year, especially if he finishes it off. So yeah, he gives up a home run to Soto, snaps the no-hitter. Yeah, of course. So then, we go to Pete Alonso and gets him to fly out harmlessly. Gaddis comes in after Nimmo walked when he should have been. This umpire. I wanted to see freaking the Mets comeback, I swear. He called a ball that was firmly a strike, a ball. Like, come on. Come on. Gaddis comes in to face Vientos with a run around first. 2 pitches, got him down. Yep. Drew a fly out on a fly ball, so yeah. Regardless, the Guardians win. And how did we score? Well, we did all our scoring in the early part of the game mostly. And they were mostly all homers. Yeah. David Fry's solo shot. If he's starting to lock in, watch out. Yeah. David Fry took a damn near middle up fastball. Kind of like middle in and up a little bit. Much middle of the plate. Crushed it. 422 distance. 105 miles per hour off of Peterson. Top of the third, Martinez got a lower outside slider. Crushed it. Not as deep though. 105, 378. He blinked it off the wall, the back wall. The black wall that's like the lower section. I think it's like a little club area. Right by the field. Yeah. He essentially hit the back wall of that. Out in left field, yeah. So it's a home run. So it's 3-0, and then Gavin's cooking. And then top 6, Gabriel Arias hit a triple. That brought home a run. 104 off the bat, 351 distance to right field. Yep, so the Guardians secure the sweep. Gavin, 8 2/3, 1 hit, the homer, 4 walks, 6 Ks, 3.17 ERA. Peterson, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, and 2 homers. 2.98 for him. ERA. So yeah, Guardians go into Queens and sweep the Mets. Sweep the Mets. Sweep the Mets. Come on over and sweep the Mets. Oh, you hate to see that. Phillies fans, I know they were a little down today because they lost to the O's. They could take solace in the fact that they saw the Mets lose to a team who has a minuscule payroll compared to theirs. Because a lot of these big fan bases, big teams, they flex their payroll. Oh, we have a much more larger, richer roster than you. Yeah, money can only get you players. They can't get you wins. If there's one thing the Guardians can do, it's develop dudes. They're showing early on in the game for Gavin. Lindor hit a comebacker so hard it took off his glove. Still managed to recover and get the out. And then Kafis had that diving, sliding catch in right field, and Guardians fans are like, there it is. It's the catch right there. And then, of course, freaking Soto. It had to be freaking Soto. Pissing me off. Try hard. He's a tryhard. I mean, he has to be. He has to show that it's worth all that money, though. So, yeah. So that is it for that part of the stream. Sup, Karam says Frank lost his freaking mind. He always does. He always does. Rangers lost the finale. Yeah, I saw that. Tribe, what's up, man? Tigers choking worse than the 28-3 Falcons. Yeah, they're not playing well. Tigers fans, they're now getting caught looking in the mirror a little bit. At first, they were like, we're not worried about the Guardians. We got this on lock. This is our division. Now, all of a sudden, they're like peeking up at the thing and they see a little a dot in the back. Well, that dot's getting bigger. They're like, huh? They're still there? Yeah. Hey, Houston, you want to make things really hilarious? Sweep the Tigers. Because let me tell you something. You want to see them squirm? You want to see Tigers fans really squirm? Houston sweeps them, which could happen. Especially Houston's getting essentially their Thanos on. They're getting their freaking stones back, you know. Correa's back. Alvarez will be back soon. Altuve's, of course, cooking. You know, don't sleep on Houston this weekend. I need it so bad. I never root for Houston, but if y'all could do one thing for me, sweep Detroit. We got to take care of Chicago, which I'm not too worried. But you know how Chicago is, especially in Chicago. They always pull a freaking try hard ass game out of their butt crack and they always beat us one time. If there's one thing I need us to take care of business in Chicago. Because, man, do not let us sweep the Sox while the Astros sweep the Tigers. Then we'd be only 3 back in the division. You want to see Tigers fans really squirm? Let that happen. It would be so freaking funny. It really would be. Hey, they don't got Houston coming up. I think they had Houston. Oh, they got the damn Angels coming up. Wait, I could have sworn. No, that's the Yankees. Oh, that's right. The Yankees got the Astros. But still, it'd be hilarious to watch the Yankees get swept. But no, they got to face the damn Angels. Okay, yeah, I'm not really feeling too good about that anymore. But still, could you just imagine if the Angels swept the Tigers? That'd be even funnier. Mike Trout has a generational series, just hits nuke after nuke after nuke, goes Barry Bonds on him. But no, let's be honest, they're not gonna probably they're gonna get swept by the Tigers. Yeah, but you never know. You never know. So, anyways, let's talk about this series against the Sox, shall we? So, first game coming up against the White Sox on Friday, August 8th. Obviously, I'll be streaming the Browns game as long as it's on TV out here, which it should be. It's going to be on NFL Network. So I'll be live for the Browns. Shedeur Sanders getting the start. Can't freaking wait. First game will be Tanner Bybee, 7-9 ERA, 4.51, 7-9, 4.51 ERA, 112 Ks against Aaron Savale, who's 3-6, 3.99 ERA, 56 Ks. Last time we faced him, it took a little bit, but we got to Savale. That was just before the All-Star break. Against Tanner, Michael A. Taylor has a home run and an RBI. And then against Savale, Manzardo has a home run and 3 RBIs. Kwan has an RBI. Ramirez and Santana each have an RBI apiece as well. So that'll be a fun little matchup. Yeah, Savale, 3-6, 3.99 ERA, 56 Ks. That's game one. Almost forgot. Yeah, I gotta look at how they did the last meetings. Yeah, I think Tanner already faced the Sox, didn't he? I think he did, yeah. Anyways, in Tanner's last start, 4 and 2/3 innings, of course, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks against Minnesota. He's had a problem this year, and that is giving up runs right after we score. If he could just stop doing that and actually put batters away, he'll be good. He'll be just fine. He has not faced the Sox this year. How did I not know that? Wow. I could have sworn he did. Huh, I guess he didn't. Wow. And my camera froze. My camera said, I'm out of here. You disappoint me. Damn. Oh well. Figured I was going to break out the aux camera. I'm kind of surprised I didn't have to break out the aux camera after I did the, sweep the Mets little jingle. Oh well. Thank God I got this aux camera still. Auxiliary camera. The secondary camera. Yeah. Thank God I got this thing. I'd be a hooked YouTuber if I didn't have it. It's clutch. All right. Let's do this real quick. This happened to me in my one video. Remember, guys? What was it, yesterday? Yeah. Okay, let's turn it on. Oh, okay. There we go. Quality isn't even that bad compared to my other camera. It's right around the same. Lighting matters. Hell yeah. So, yeah, Tanner Bybee, we did face them on July 12th. Okay, I thought he did. He actually beat him. Oh, yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah. Actually, yeah, he actually got the win. His last win, of course, came on July 26th against the Royals. He was actually coming off back-to-back wins, too. Now, Aaron Savale coming off a win over the Angels. 6 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. He's 2-2 in his last 7. And he's 2-0 in his last 3 outings. And he's gone 6 innings plus, or 5 innings plus each time. So that's the first game of this series. Moving to game 2 on Saturday, 7:10. It'll be Joey Cantillo versus Sean Burke. I think if I was going to go live for a game, it would most likely be this one. But again, with football going on, I might just want to just sit back and watch football. Honestly, I'll take this week off. I think this weekend. It's the White Sox. We should be able to handle business. Joey Cantillo, 2-2, 4.37 ERA, 72 Ks. Sean Burke, 4-8, 4.23 ERA, 100 Ks. Cantillo against the Sox, 1 homer by Benintendi and an RBI by Taylor, and that's it. Against Burke, the righty, Martinez has an RBI, Santana has a homer and 2 RBIs, and that's it. So not very much there. And then we take a look at how these two pitchers have done recently. Cantillo and then Burke. Cantillo's coming off a loss. In fact, back-to-back losses to Kansas City and Minnesota. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks against Minnesota. But of course, it took a bad luck loss. Tough. Because we couldn't catch up. We gave up 4 runs, and we came up 1 run short because of an extra run added by Jacob Junis. Of course. Now, Sean Burke, coming off he's actually had 3 straight no decisions. A 5-inning, 5-hit, 3-run, 2 walk, 7 K performance against the Angels in his last outing. Yeah, we faced Burke back in April. 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 homer allowed in 3 innings. Beat him the hell up. Love to see that. And then, of course, we faced him again in July 12th against Tanner, I believe. 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. And that was it. So that's it there. Not really much to say about this game. Yeah, Cantillo faced the White Sox on July 13th. 5 1/3 innings, no decision, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 homers allowed. He can be so good, but also he can get exposed bad. It's tough. So we go to the final game of the series, and it'll feature a pitcher we haven't faced yet this year, in Davis Martin, the only pitcher on their staff who we have not faced this year. Martin is 0-2 with a 9 ERA, 7 Ks in 2 appearances. His last outing came September 11th last year. He got his butt beat by the Guardians. 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, and a homer allowed. And of course, he'll be facing off against Slade. We all saw what Slade did, right, against the Mets. Great outing by him. You know, he was a little rough around the edges, but he was good. Got run support, which is better. Davis Martin, on the other hand, see what he's been up to. Davis Martin, coming off a lot. Seattle, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Yeah. And for anyone who's curious, I believe all 3 pitchers are righties. Savale and Martin are righties, and Burke, I believe, is also a righty. I think. Yes. So if you're ready to see Zardo rake this weekend, you're gonna get a good amount of chances to see him. 3 righties this week. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Rangers are 4.5 back of Houston. Yeah, we're 6 games out of first in the division, but even better, we are also knocking on the door of the wild card. We are 1.5 games out of the wild card. Of course, Karam, thanks to the Rangers losing today, the Guardians are technically the next team outside, the first team outside looking in the wild card. I don't even think, is there any games even tomorrow at all? Oh, yeah, A's in Washington, Atlanta, Miami, Cincy, Pittsburgh. Yo, wait, hold up. Hold up. I think I might know what I want to do tomorrow. I was kind of wondering, like, what do I do tomorrow? Are we gonna get a Skeens start against the Reds? Because I bet you bet your damn butt if we get a Skeens start against the Reds, I gotta do a Skeens start. It's only fair. Skeens! Skeens! Oh, Skeens! I got to. I gotta do a Skeens start. It's only fair. It's only fair. I've done a Reds game, somewhat. I've done a Pirate game and I've done a Guardians game. What I haven't done yet, Pirates and Reds together facing off. Guardians fan streaming a Reds and Pirates game. Why? Because I want to. Oh, it's Brady Singer against Skeens. Yes, please. Oh, yeah, give me the Skeens. Skeens. Start like, oh, boy, you good? Skeens. I'm gonna do the Jacob Fatu. I don't have my hair flying around like he does. I'm gonna do a Skeens matchup tomorrow. Okay. But you think I'm lying? Just wait on it. Skeens versus Singer tomorrow. You bet your butt I'm doing it tomorrow. Hell yeah. Skeens versus Singer. Ooh, God, look at this. Skeens numbers 6-8, 202 ERA, 154 Ks. Singer 9-8, 436 ERA, 111 Ks. Yeah, Davis, Gonzalez have RBIs apiece against Singer. Kind of Falefa has 3. Pham has 1. Reynolds has 3. And then against Skins, Lux has 3, and Steer has 1. No homers against either pitcher. Oh, yeah. The Guardians on an off day tomorrow. You know I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to stream it. Yeah. All right, guys, but that's seriously enough. I'm out of here. So have a good rest of your night, everybody. And I will. Ooh, look at that. That's a cool looking red Serpentis jersey. That's cool looking. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Buccos and Reds. Skeens versus Singer. How should that game be like a pitcher's duel, like down to the nitty gritty? You know, final like 2 innings. They're both damn near throwing Maddoxes. If I ever stream a game of dueling Maddoxes, both pitchers less than 100 pitches, I'm gonna be like, wow, wow. Either that or these two pitchers just get their brains beat in. Wouldn't surprise me. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for that then. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. And then of course we got football on Friday. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Go Guards. I'm Crazy Dog, and I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah. Skins. Skins. Gonna freaking rattle my brain. Gonna turn my brain to mush. Oh, wait, it already is. Thanks, Guardians. And Browns. The Browns are the main culprit of my brain turning to mush. Watching that garbage every freaking week turn my brain into a gelatinous goo. Like when I move my head, it moves like wee. It's like jello that